If you are an immigrant living in the United States, or someone who divides life between two different countries, you might have felt something heavy inside you recently. Maybe it's the fear of waking up one morning and learning that your passport rules have changed. Maybe it's the worry that new tax or reporting requirements could affect your plans, your travel, or even your family's future. And if you've seen headlines or social media posts about dual citizenship rule changes coming in 2025, it's completely normal to feel confused or uncertain. Today, I want you to take a deep breath. You deserve clarity, not fear. And in this video, I will explain everything you need to know in a calm, simple, and trustworthy way so you understand exactly how the 2025 updates may affect you, your rights, and your responsibilities as a dual citizen or future dual citizen. Let's start by understanding what these rule changes actually mean. Dual citizenship itself is still legal in the United States. The U.S. allows people to hold two nationalities, although it does expect loyalty to the United States when someone becomes a U.S. citizen. The 2025 updates are not aimed at taking away dual citizenship. They are focused on three major areas: passport identity verification, tax and financial reporting, and travel or border entry tracking. These updates are part of a global trend toward more secure documents, improved data systems, and closer cooperation between governments. Many countries are doing the same thing, not just the US. So let's explore these areas one at a time, beginning with passports. Passports are the foundation of international identity. In recent years, digital fraud, identity theft, and forged documents have increased around the world. This is why the US government is updating its passport systems in 2025. One of the most important changes is the expansion of biometric data. For people who hold dual citizenship, this may mean that when you apply for a new US passport or renew an old one, the government may require additional verification. This could include more detailed personal information, confirmation of your second nationality, and possibly additional biometric checks. Imagine, for example, someone who is a citizen of the US and South Korea. In the past, they may have simply renewed their passport through the mail with minimal documentation. Under the new system, they might be asked to confirm the country where their other passport was issued, whether they still actively use that passport, and whether any information on that document has changed. For most people, this is easy. It might feel like extra paperwork, but it does not threaten their second nationality. Instead, it helps the US maintain accurate records and prevent identity misuse. Another part of the passport update involves travel consistency. The U.S. has always required its citizens, including dual citizens, to enter and exit the United States using a U.S. passport. This rule has existed for decades, but most travelers never think about it until a problem happens. With the 2025 system upgrades, border technology will better detect when a traveler uses two different passports on the same trip. This may sound intimidating, but the goal is simply accuracy. If a dual citizen uses their foreign passport to board the flight and then tries to enter the US on a different passport, the system may automatically flag the difference. The traveler may be asked a few extra questions, but usually nothing more. Here's a simple example. Suppose a dual US-Brazilian citizen boards a flight from Sao Paulo using a Brazilian passport. When they land in the United States, they must switch to their U.S. passport. If they forget and present the wrong passport, the system may detect the mismatch. This doesn't mean trouble. It just means the traveler will need to correct the process. The safest habit is to always use your U.S. passport for entering or leaving the United States. Now, let's move to the topic many immigrants fear the most: taxes and financial reporting. There is a lot of misinformation on social media, especially when people hear about 2025 reporting requirements. So let's break this down clearly and gently. The United States taxes based on citizenship, not solely on residency. This means a U.S. citizen, even a dual citizen living abroad, may still be required to file a U.S. tax return each year. But filing does not always mean paying. Many dual citizens qualify for credits, deductions, or tax treaty protections that prevent double taxation. What is changing in 2025 is not the basic tax rule, it is the reporting systems used by the IRS. The IRS is receiving expanded access to international financial data through international agreements. If a dual citizen has foreign bank accounts, investments, or other financial assets, those accounts may be reported automatically to the U.S. government. This is an extension of something that already exists, known as FATCA. The difference is that the systems are becoming faster and more precise. Let's imagine a real-world situation to make this clearer. Think of a dual U.S. Philippines citizen who keeps a bank account in Manila with savings for their parents. The balance grows over time. If the account total reaches the reporting threshold, the IRS expects the dual citizen to report it on the appropriate forms. If the bank reports the account but the citizen does not, the IRS notices the inconsistency. Under the 2025 rules, the penalties for failing to report foreign financial accounts may increase, and the IRS may contact the taxpayer sooner. This does not mean the IRS wants to punish immigrants. It simply wants accurate information. Most people with normal financial situations will not experience major difficulty, but they must be aware of the rules. And the key is honesty. Reporting does not mean you automatically owe money. It means the government wants transparency. Another part of the tax update involves foreign income reporting. For example, some dual citizens receive rental income from a property in their other country. Others receive pension payments or retirement funds. Others earn money through remote work while living abroad. These forms of income may already need to be reported today, but the 2025 updates may improve the monitoring systems that detect them. The safest approach is to speak with a tax professional who understands international rules, especially if you have complex finances. Next, let's look at travel and border entry rules. As more countries adopt digital entry records, the United States is working to create a more coordinated system that allows governments to track travel patterns accurately. Some immigrants worry that this could cause problems if they travel frequently between two countries. But the purpose is security and consistency, not punishment. For example, if a dual citizen spends more time abroad than expected, the system might simply confirm that the travel is legitimate. If a person enters the U.S. on one passport and leaves on another, the system may request clarification. Again, this is not harmful. It is simply part of a more modern travel security network. These updates also affect children, especially those born abroad to U.S. parents. In 2025, the process of proving a child's eligibility for U.S. citizenship may require more documentation. This could include additional proof of the American parent's physical presence in the U.S. before the child was born, or clearer documentation of the parents' identities. Many parents already provide this information, but the new rules may require more detail to prevent fraud. Nothing about this limits dual citizenship for children. It simply tightens the process of verifying who qualifies. Let's talk about something many people overlook: government service in another country. The United States recognizes that dual citizens may have cultural or family ties abroad. However, certain foreign government or military positions require an oath of loyalty to another nation. Under the 2025 updates, dual citizens may need to provide additional documentation confirming that their service does not conflict with U.S. national interests. Most normal jobs, such as teaching, banking, healthcare, or private employment abroad, do not cause any problem. The only concern is when a position involves national-level authority. Now let's address a common question. What about people who plan to become dual citizens in the future? For most applicants, the process does not change dramatically. The United States does not require you to give up your original nationality to naturalize, but you may notice that naturalization forms in 2025 include new questions about foreign residency, foreign travel, foreign identification numbers, and foreign assets. These questions help the government maintain full, consistent records. They are not obstacles unless someone hides information. For instance, a green card holder from Nigeria who applies for U.S. citizenship may be asked to list foreign properties or bank accounts. This does not affect eligibility. It simply ensures transparency. If someone hides assets or provides incomplete information, then problems can arise. Honesty is always the safest path. There is also an emotional side to dual citizenship that people rarely talk about. Many immigrants feel a deep connection to their home country, even after becoming U.S. citizens. Dual citizenship allows them to belong to the United States while still keeping their cultural roots alive. That connection is powerful. It carries memories, family ties, languages, and traditions. The 2025 rule changes do not take this away. They focus on paperwork, documentation, and accuracy, not identity, not heritage, and not loyalty to family. As we continue, you may wonder whether these 2025 changes signal something larger. Are they a sign that the U.S. government is becoming more strict about dual citizenship? In reality, these changes are part of global modernization. Many countries, including Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, the European Union, and others, are updating their own rules. Governments are trying to reduce fraud, track global movement more effectively, and ensure tax compliance. Technology makes this level of coordination possible. The U.S. is simply aligning its system with international standards. Now let's return to the practical side. What should you, as a dual citizen or someone planning to become one, actually do? The answer is simple. Stay organized. Keep your documents updated. Renew your passports early, not at the last minute. Keep a record of your travel dates. Save copies of financial statements if you have foreign bank accounts. And if your situation is complex, especially with taxes, seek professional help before small issues become large ones. Here is another example to help you understand the importance of preparation. Imagine a dual U.S. Ecuadorian citizen who owns a small property in Ecuador that they rent to relatives for a low amount. For years, they didn't report the income because they believed it didn't matter. Under the 2025 reporting updates, the bank, local government, or rental platform may report the income automatically. If the IRS receives this information but the citizen does not file correctly, penalties may follow. However, with proper advice, the person could either file amended documents or take advantage of protections that prevent double taxation. It is not the income itself that causes the issue. It is the lack of reporting. Let's talk briefly about renouncing citizenship, because some people worry the 2025 updates could make it more difficult or more expensive. There is no sign of major changes to the renunciation process in 2025. The U.S. already has one of the world's highest renunciation fees, and updates have not announced new increases. But renouncing citizenship should never be done out of fear or misunderstanding. It is a permanent decision with long-term consequences. Anyone considering renunciation should speak with a lawyer or tax professional first. As we reach the final part of this explanation, I want to reassure you once more. Dual citizenship is still recognized, still protected, and still respected by the United States in 2025. The updates do not aim to remove your rights. They aim to strengthen systems, improve accuracy, and ensure that people meet their responsibilities. When you know the rules clearly, you can protect yourself, your family, your travel, and your financial future with confidence. If this video helped you feel more informed and more in control of your situation, I invite you to subscribe to Legal Focus USA. We publish reliable updates on immigration, passports, green cards, citizenship, taxes, and all the changes that matter to immigrants and dual citizens. Thank you for watching, and I wish you success and peace as you navigate your journey.